Jamie Dornan officially shares, Dakota Johnson and I are over. When Jamie Dornan stepped onto the stage to accept the Best Actor award at the Venice Film Festival, he knew people were looking for more than just his acting ability. They were looking for something in his eyes, an acknowledgement, a confirmation of a rumor that had been going on for nearly a decade. Rumors of his relationship with Dakota Johnson have never died down, ever since the two made movie history together in the 50 Shades franchise. Despite the marriages and the passage of time, the names Jamie and Dakota have been linked in endless theories, articles, and fanfiction. But this time, Jamie decided to say it, once and for all. It's time to end it, he said at the post-awards press conference, his voice low and clear. Dakota and I were never a real-life couple. We were co-stars, and then we became strangers. The room fell silent. That statement, "We were never a real-life couple," was like a huge explosion in the media world. A series of headlines appeared within hours. Jamie Dornan officially spoke out about Dakota Johnson. The end of a love affair that the public never fully witnessed. Dakota Johnson was denied in front of hundreds of journalists. Social media was ablaze. Some people supported Jamie, saying he deserved to live his life without being haunted by the past. But many also attacked him. "You are denying the person who created magic with you. Jamie is a traitor to the feelings of fans." Meanwhile, Dakota Johnson was silent. She did not answer any questions from the press. She did not post anything on Instagram. She did not appear on the red carpet for the next 3 weeks. Her silence, to the media, was the loudest scream, behind the scenes of an unnamed relationship. Back in 2014, when the first 50 Shades of Grey film was being shot, Jamie and Dakota were two very different people. Jamie had just had his first child with Amelia Warner. He stepped into the role of Christian Grey with a nervousness that no one knew about. Dakota, a wild, bold, free-spirited breath of fresh air, brought with her the artistic blood of the Griffith family. Their first scene was a bed scene. Naked, intimate, just the two of them, the camera and a silent crew. Jamie recalls that when the director called "cut," they both lay still, neither of them said a word. Something had begun in that moment, even though no one had named it. "We weren't in love," Jamie said in a 2017 interview. "But there was something that happened between us. A kind of connection that didn't require words." Cold is a kind of love. When the series ended in 2018, Jamie and Dakota largely lost touch. Dakota said in a 2021 interview, "When the show ended, I realized I didn't know Jamie beyond what we had experienced on screen. We never hung out, we never called each other. It was all about the hours and the chemistry between the two characters. And that made their relationship all the more mysterious, unclear, and hard for fans to shake off." When Jamie said at a press conference that "we became strangers," it wasn't a reproach. It's a simple, heartbreaking truth that needs to be told. Dakota's response. A month after Jamie's bombshell statement, Dakota finally appeared in an interview with Vanity Fair. She wore a charcoal blazer, no makeup. Her eyes were direct. When asked about Jamie's statement, Dakota replied, "If that's what he needs to move on, I respect that. But for me, there are connections that never really end, even when we stop talking." The interviewer added, "Were you ever in love with Jamie Dornan?" Dakota smiled, bowing her head slightly. If you asked Dakota at 25, she would have said yes. "But I know now that there are things that don't exist off-screen, no matter how beautiful they are." Letters never sent. There is a detail that no one knows. Jamie wrote Dakota a lot of emails during the filming of the series finale. The letters were never sent. A former assistant of Jamie's, unnamed, recalled, he would sit alone after the day's shoot. He would open his laptop, type something for a long time, then turn it off. I thought it was a diary. But one time I saw him save the file as to D. There were over 50 of them. When the assistant asked, "Why didn't you send it?" Jamie replied, "Because she deserves freedom, not my mixed feelings." A reunion. In 2024, an independent film cast both Jamie and Dakota, The Silence We Shared. The script is about two young lovers who break up over a misunderstanding, and then meet again 20 years later. They both turned it down. But after a few months, Jamie called Dakota out of the blue. "If you say yes, I'll do it." Dakota hesitated for a week. Then she texted back, "We have something left unfinished on screen." The film was shot in Iceland, where there was nothing but ice, volcanoes, and wind. And in the bitter cold, they filmed a scene where the two main characters hugged in the snow, a scene that was completely silent, with no dialogue, just the sound of their hearts beating. It was the first time in years that Jamie had cried while acting. Not because of the character. Because of herself.